You think your concentration problem is a discipline problem. It is not. You blame yourself every time your mind drifts away from the task. You assume other people have stronger willpower than you do. You believe focus is something you should just be able to summon. This belief is quietly destroying your relationship with your own mind, because everything you were taught about concentration was incomplete. Neuroscience now reveals something almost no one talks about. Your inability to concentrate has very little to do with motivation. It has everything to do with a hidden system running inside your skull. For decades, focus was framed as a moral quality. People who concentrated were called disciplined and serious. People who could not concentrate were called lazy or weak. This framing was never accurate. Most imaging tells a completely different story. Concentration is not a virtue. It is a biological state. That state depends on chemistry, energy, and silence inside the brain. Without those three conditions, no amount of willpower will save you. This matters more than people realize. You have been fighting a battle on the wrong front. You kept trying to fix your character. The actual fix lives one layer deeper, inside the brain itself. This is why most productivity advice keeps failing you. It addresses behavior, not biology. You can buy a new planner. You can install a new app. The underlying neurology remains untouched. Your brain has a structure called the prefrontal cortex. It sits right behind your forehead. This region handles deep focus, planning, and self-control. It is the most energy-hungry part of your brain. It burns glucose at an extraordinary rate. When fuel runs low, it shuts down first. But here is the part most people miss. The prefrontal cortex is also fragile under stress. Tiny amounts of cortisol weaken its activity. Tiny amounts of dopamine pull its attention elsewhere. This is why the modern world hits this region so hard. It is built to flood you with both. This next part will explain something about your brain you have never been able to articulate. Every time you check your phone, you release a small burst of dopamine. That burst feels rewarding. Your brain remembers the reward. It begins craving the next check, even when nothing has happened. This is not weakness. This is operant conditioning, the same mechanism used to train animals. You have trained your own brain to crave interruption. The training happens silently, hundreds of times a day. Over months, your baseline shifts. Boredom becomes intolerable. Quiet becomes uncomfortable. A task that requires 20 minutes of stillness now feels almost painful. That pain is chemical, not personal. You are not the first to feel it. You will not be the last. But you can be one of the few who name it. This is the part most productivity advice never mentions. Your concentration problem is a craving problem. You are not failing to focus. You are succeeding at chasing the micro rewards your brain has learned to love. Neuroscientists studying attention found something striking. The average knowledge worker switches tasks every 40 seconds. Each switch costs the brain time to refocus. That cost is called attention residue. Even after switching back, part of your mind stays with the previous task. You feel scattered, because you literally are. You are running fragments of 3 or 4 mental processes at once. Your prefrontal cortex was never designed for this. It was designed for one demanding task at a time. Anything else is a violation of its architecture. And violations have a cost. The cost is the foggy feeling you carry through every workday. Picture this. You are reading something important. A notification appears at the corner of your screen. You do not even click it. But your eyes register it. Your brain logs it. A small portion of your attention now lives in that notification. Your reading speed drops without you noticing. Comprehension falls quietly. You finish the page, but you do not remember what it said. This is happening to you every single day, dozens of times, sometimes hundreds. Comment which of these silent interruptions has been costing you the most lately. Just naming it begins to weaken it. If this feels familiar, you are not alone. Millions of capable adults are living inside this same fog. The fog is not laziness. The fog is environment. Now let us go deeper. There is a second neural system involved in concentration. It is called the default mode network. It activates when your mind wanders. This system is responsible for daydreaming, self-reflection, and creative connections. It is not your enemy. The problem is balance. You need both networks, the focused one and the wandering one. Modern life keeps the wandering network constantly stimulated. Endless feeds, endless headlines, endless small ideas. Your default mode network never gets to rest. So when you try to focus, it stays loud. Imagine trying to listen to one quiet voice in a crowded stadium. That is what your brain is doing. What neuroscience discovered next changes everything. The fix is not more focus. The fix is more silence around the focus. Empty time, unstimulated minutes, boredom on purpose. When your default mode finally calms down, your prefrontal cortex regains its full power. Concentration returns almost on its own. This is why monks, writers, and deep thinkers across history protected their boredom. They were protecting their neurology. Most people think becoming an heir looks dramatic. Most people think becoming a millionaire looks dramatic. They imagine champagne. Walking to the next room, you scroll. Each scroll keeps the default mode active. The brain never enters its natural quiet. It never gets to reset between inputs. Then you sit down to work and wonder why your mind will not settle. It has had no rest all day. Stay with me. This next part is where everything you have learned starts to click into place. There is a third factor neuroscience identifies. It is called cognitive load. Your working memory can only hold a few items at once. Most estimates put it between 3 and 7. Every open tab uses a slot. Every unfinished task uses a slot. Every unread message uses a slot. By mid-morning, your working memory is already full. There is no room left for deep thought. You sit down to focus, but the cognitive shelves are stacked. New ideas cannot enter. This is why writing things down helps so much. You are offloading items from a full shelf. This is also why simple environments produce better thinking. Less in view means less in mind. Now here is the surprising scientific reality. Concentration is not built during the task. It is built in the hours surrounding the task. Sleep, light, movement, food, silence, and stillness. Each one tunes the brain like an instrument. Skip any of them and the instrument plays out of tune. You can sit at your desk all day, but if the instrument is not tuned, no music will come. This reframes everything. You do not have a focus problem. You have an environment problem. You have a chemistry problem. You have a stimulation problem. You have a recovery problem. What is coming next is the exact method that fixes this. It is simpler than you expect. The first principle is friction. Add friction between yourself and your distractions. Put your phone in another room. Log out of every non-essential account. Use a separate device for deep work. Each layer of friction lowers the dopamine pull. Your brain stops expecting reward and the cravings begin to fade. The second principle is intentional boredom. Give your default mode network real rest. Walk without your phone. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Stare at a wall for 5 minutes. It will feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is your nervous system rebalancing. Within days, focus becomes easier because the noise has finally been turned down. The third principle is single tasking with a timer. Choose one task in one time block. 45 minutes is ideal for most adults. Set the timer and protect it like an appointment. Do not negotiate with the timer. Do not check the clock. Let the block run. When your mind drifts, do not fight it. Simply notice and return. This noticing is the actual training. Each return strengthens the neural pathway for focus. You are literally rewiring your brain in real time. The fourth principle is recovery. After deep focus, do not jump back to your phone. Take a real break, look out a window, drink water, move your body, let the system settle. The break is not wasted time. The break is when consolidation happens inside the brain. The fifth principle is sleep. No discipline replaces sleep. A brain on 6 hours of sleep performs like a brain at the legal alcohol limit. You cannot outwork this. Protect your sleep before you protect your schedule. The whole system depends on it. No focus method survives chronic exhaustion. None. The brain must be rested first. If this feels familiar, you are not broken. You are operating in a world designed to fragment you. The systems pulling at your attention are billion-dollar systems. They are tuned by experts to win. Losing to them is not a character flaw. It is what most people are doing right now. But you have an advantage. You now understand the mechanism. Most people never will. You see the prefrontal cortex needing fuel. You see the default mode needing silence. You see working memory needing space. You see the dopamine craving, wanting one more interruption. You see the residue from every task switch. When you see it, you can defend against it. The brain you were given is still capable of extraordinary focus. It only needs the right conditions, and those conditions are now in your hands. There is one more truth neuroscience offers. Your attention is shaped by what you repeatedly give it to. Give it to fragments and it becomes fragmented. Give it to depth and it becomes deep again. You are not stuck with the brain you have today. You are building tomorrow's brain right now. Every focus session is a vote for the mind you want to live inside. Every distraction is a vote for the one you fear. Tonight, try one small experiment. Place your phone in another room for 30 minutes. Do nothing during those 30 minutes. Just sit, breathe, or read something printed on paper. Notice the discomfort. Notice the urge to reach for something. Watch the urge rise and then fall. That is the first crack of light in the wall. Once it opens, you can widen it day by day. Tomorrow morning, choose one task before you touch your phone. Work on it for 45 minutes in silence. Do not check messages. Do not open new tabs. Do not break the line of attention. You will feel a quiet kind of strength returning. That feeling is your prefrontal cortex coming back online. It has been waiting for you. It only needed the right room to breathe. This is what neuroscience reveals about why you cannot concentrate. Not weakness, not laziness, not a broken mind. A beautiful biological system being asked to operate in conditions that work against it, and a simple path back. If something in this resonated with you, leave one word in the comments. Just write focus. Let it be your private signal to yourself that the path begins today. Subscribe if you want more of these quiet truths. Because attention is the soil where every good thing in your life grows. Without it, nothing roots. Protect it like the rarest thing you own, because in this century it already is. Your mind is not the problem. Your mind is the prize. Welcome to the path back to it.